This is KGW News at noon.
Now at noon, a poignant shift on this Labor Day holiday. For millions of Americans, federal unemployment benefits are coming to an end. These are the same benefits put in place by Congress at the start of the pandemic. And going by the numbers, 9 million people are set to lose those benefits today. Close to 3 million more will see their weekly benefits reduced. And hello, I'm Maggie Vespa. Here in Oregon, tens of thousands of people will be impacted, and employers hope, frankly, it sends them running back to work. Here's Christelle Kumwe.
During the pandemic, more than 600,000 Oregonians relied on $10.8 billion worth of benefits from the Oregon Employment Department. About 120,000 got benefits just last week. But there's worry as federal help runs out. Here's Acting Director David Gertensfeld.
As of right now, we're still estimating that unfortunately approximately 81,000 people may no longer receive benefits for weeks after September 4th, when those temporary federal benefit programs end.
And unemployment ending, a lot of people are ready to come back.
Calvin Myant is the co-owner of Top Burmese on Northeast 21st. He's hopeful this could improve hiring in the months to come.
All the restaurants open at the same time. You have a very small, labor pool.
He says it's tough to hire workers. Recent data from the Oregon Employment Department shows a record number of job vacancies, just under 100,000.
We typically see like 60 to 100 applications. This is pre-pandemic. Now actually you posted something, six to about 15 applications would be very high number.
He says the labor market is very tight and competitive. Many employers are now offering benefits or other perks as incentives.
You have to be a little bit more creative in terms of attracting the best talent.
For Myant, that means competitive wages and investing in the safety of the staff.
So we put robots in between the customers and the staff so to make them feel more safer, so that it gives them incentive to come back, right? And work for you in the middle of a pandemic.
Oregon's unemployment rate dropped to 5.3% in July, the 15th consecutive monthly decline for the state's unemployment rate. A promising trend for Myant and others hoping to fill vacancies and uphold business.
The goal is actually to make the customers happy. They got the best value, best quality meal, right? At the same time, your employees are well compensated, and so I think it's a really great ecosystem to be going around.
Christelle Kumwe, KGW News.
The battle over Oregon's vaccine mandate is now headed to court. Dozens of firefighters and Oregon state troopers are suing the state of Oregon and Governor Kate Brown. They say the mandate requiring them as first responders and state employees to get the COVID vaccine by October 18th is unlawful. They argue it violates state and federal rights to free expression. That lawsuit was filed Friday in Jefferson County Court. Governor Brown's office sent us a statement reading, quote, "People are dying, and the governor is responding to a public health crisis." At the same time, the U.S. has crossed another staggering COVID threshold, topping 40 million cases of COVID-19, 40 million, and more than 651,000 deaths since the pandemic began. Vaccination rates have been slowly increasing since July, but there's still a long way to go. And experts say it's worth noting again that this current wave of infections plaguing the U.S. could have been avoided with higher vaccination rates. Well, it looks like the city of Portland is joining the growing fight against the controversial new abortion law in Texas. Portland City Commissioners this week are scheduled to vote on an emergency resolution banning trade, exchange of government services, and travel on behalf of the city to Texas. This is in response to the new Texas law banning most abortions after 6 weeks, including those that resulted from rape or incest. To enforce it, the law allows people to report anyone who might have helped someone get an abortion. That could be anyone from the doctor who performs the procedure to a rideshare driver who transports a woman to the clinic. President Biden, Democrats in Congress, and blue states around the country have vowed to fight this law. At the same time, Republican-led states, including South Dakota and Florida, are already weighing similar restrictions.
It's all my neighbors. I love these people. These people are my family. And they're all suffering. They're all suffering. There's not a person on this body that's not suffering.
It has been 1 week since Hurricane Ida made landfall as a powerful Category 4 storm, and people in Louisiana are still finding life extremely difficult. Parts of towns are still flooded. Many still can't access their homes. Even more are facing food, water, and gas shortages while they battle heat and humidity in that part of the country. In fact, the Louisiana Department of Health says the death toll there has climbed now to 17, at least, up from 13 this morning. The governor says at this point, his biggest concern is restoring power. More than 480,000 people are still in the dark. And the Oregon Humane Society at the same time is sending 6 members of its disaster response team to Louisiana to help. That team will include staff and volunteers who are certified in emergency animal sheltering. Now to California, where a new wildfire that just sparked yesterday has already forced hundreds to evacuate. The new so-called bridge fire is burning near Sacramento and growing quickly, already at 250 acres. Again, it started yesterday. Crews are scrambling to contain this fire, but frankly, with plenty of dry fuel and strong winds, not a new story. They believe this one could become massive. At the same time, people in South Lake Tahoe can now go home after evacuation orders there were lifted. Crews have slowed the growth of the Caldor fire, but that means it's still growing. It's burned more than 200,000 acres and it's 44% contained at this point. People are still being warned they need to be ready to leave if conditions get worse. And it might seem hard to believe, but this week marks the first anniversary of the big windstorm that sparked last year's historic deadly fires here in Oregon. And as a result, Mount Hood National Forest officials are giving an update on recovery work in the wake of those fires. So they burned last year more than 112,000 acres of forest and damaged or destroyed recreation sites, roads, offices, storage buildings, and other infrastructure. So all that in mind, a year later, here is some of the repair work that they have completed. Hazardous trees have been removed from those sites. Road and recreation site warning signs were installed. A new remote weather station has also been installed to monitor storms, fires, slides, and other emergencies. Officials also say they've ordered seedlings for reforestation, and 18 miles of trails have been cleared of downed trees.